There's so many cats and dogs being euthanized in, different shelters and animal services all over the country. Millions of cats and dogs.
5 million animals are euthanized every year in the United States.
To kill an animal that is adoptable, loving, and so forth is a crime, just a crime.
We take phone calls all day long. People want to give us cats. People are beside themselves because there's a cat in distress in their backyard.
We get so many calls a day of people, not only in distress, but just they decide that they don't want a cat anymore. Something I have no understanding of.
We have people call us and they don't even like cats, but they're just beside themselves because they see an animal in distress and they want to help. It all started back in September of 2003 when we took 262 cats from another cat shelter in town that was having problems.
They all had some difficulties. They all had upper respiratory. They all had ear mites. They all had digestive problems. It was a rescue of a large shelter of cats, which had fallen on some very tough times.
Yes, a number of us were interested in helping shelters, animal shelters, broadly speaking, in particular cat shelters. And when the opportunity arose that we could start our own cat shelter, needed to start our own cat shelter to save these 262 cats that were in jeopardy. At that time, generally speaking, our thought was that we would shelter these cats, take care of them, and try to find homes for them.
It was a labor of love with a lot of people being involved. To begin with, we received help from Manatee County, the Sheriff's Office, Sarasota Humane Society, Mote Marine, the Pelican Man. A lot of people were there to help us with cages, with trucks, and help to get them into this temporary shelter.
We moved into a 2,400 square foot space. It was actually 2 storefronts on 301 North Washington Boulevard.
At the outset, of course, we relied on donations from people throughout the community.
Our total mission at that point was just to rescue 262 cats which needed help desperately. That was our total mission. We took about 4 months in order to get the cats healthy. We had to go through spay and neuters, we had to go through their physical problems, they had to be socialized, we had to set up a shelter. We went into a temporary shelter on 301.
But as we went through that progression, if you'll want, we began to realize that there was a larger need to take care of more than just these 262 cats. As we adopted them out, as we got them healthy, new cats were given to us by people throughout Sarasota area.
Cat Depot is one of the largest no-kill nonprofit organizations in the nation.
We're a 501c. We are a rescue group. We take cats that are sick, injured, abandoned, those that are really their last chance.
There are people that have passed away and the relatives are not sure what to do with a cat. We take in those cats. We take in cats that are injured, that may be euthanized somewhere else. Cat Depot mends the broken legs and fixes cats.
But it is fair to say that our cats are all rescues. They don't come from breeders, and they don't come from necessarily a pristine environment. We've rescued cats off the roof of commercial buildings. We found them in warehouses. We found them in dumpsters. We found them in washers and dryers in junkyards.
A kitten that may have URI, an upper respiratory condition, or a runny nose or runny eyes, that may be something that might be unacceptable somewhere else, where here we do pay for the medication and the doctor bills to ensure that within a week or two this cat is healthy and ready to go into a home. These are simple ailments that are readily fixable, and there's no reason to euthanize a cat for a simple cold.
And we try and rehabilitate the cat in any way necessary and hopefully find an alternate home for the animal.
I've been saying this quite a bit lately, and that is we've been running a shelter for 6 years, and now we're starting and trying to build an organization.
We're open 7 days a week with extended hours. We know as working people that not everybody can come from 9 to 5. So we've made it very available for the community and to help the community and for them to come in and visit us. So our hours are Monday through Friday from 11 o'clock to 7 p.m. and on Saturday and Sunday from 11 o'clock to 5 p.m. And we're hoping that with these extended hours that it makes it easy for everyone to come visit Cat Depot.
My thinking about Cat Depot was that, you know, I never wanted to go to shelters because a lot of them are, unfortunately, depressing, and I always felt like I'd come out and I'd feel, I don't know, really bad, and I'm sure a lot of people do.
In the old facility, it was 2,400 square feet. Our new facility is 10,000 square feet.
When we designed the new building, we determined that you had to think like a cat, and that's not an easy thing to do.
The new design of the facility has these large pods, as we call them, rooms, and rather than the cats being in cages, you know, the humans that come in to adopt cats or to socialize the cats can walk into each pod and interact with the cats.
We weren't sure how our cats would react coming from a cage environment, even though they were large cages, into an open environment with our lanais and our pods that have group housing, and the transformation was amazing. Little did we know that it would be such a huge plus.
And among our cats, we've actually seen a change in some of them. You know, cats that were kind of antisocial or a little more aggressive back at the old place suddenly are much more outgoing here, much more relaxed.
And you like this place better than the old Cat Depot?
Yeah, because it's more newer. I think the cats are happier. They get to go outside. Like, we had this kitty that loves to go outside. His name is Razzle. He was a big, fat, silver cat.
As Kenny mentioned, at our old facility, which was 2,400 square feet for 6 years, there was barely enough room for the cats and the caregivers.
I don't think they were ever unhappy at the other shelter because they got so much attention.
Our new facility has an exam room and it has a surgical room, and we never had that before.
We designed the furniture or the structures inside the pods with the cats in mind. For example, what kind of areas would they want to sleep in? What areas could we set up so that they could play in the structures?
We have an isolation room, we have an admissions room for our new intakes.
We designed one side with beds in it. The other side was set up as more of a play area.
Cats that were shy, that were timid about being petted, or that hid in the corner of their cages just blossomed. All of a sudden we would walk in and think, is this a different cat? Because they would be rubbing up against our legs. It was incredible. This we saw over and over and over again.
I do like this facility obviously better because it seems happier for them.
The atmosphere is better, it's more upbeat. We have music. We have music that's played throughout the shelter.
And the new facility just it's great for cats and the humans.
You know, I didn't sleep for 6 years with the idea of thinking when those cats finally get to the new shelter and into a free roaming area, I will be exceptionally happy, and I am. I think that's a huge step for Cat Depot.
I've never seen anything like this. I mean, I've been to, humane societies and other shelters because I've been in other states. I've lived in other states, and I've never seen anything like this.
Cat Depot is in transition right now. We are moving from an adoption center to an adoption, education, and resource center. And this means a lot to not only the community, but to other organizations as well who are working diligently to find homes for homeless animals.
You know, we're, of course, in the midst of major development here, even just from going from our old location to this one.
Going forward, we're working on educational programs. We're looking to bring the children in from the community. We've already done maybe 3 or 4 events just in the couple months that we've been in the shelter.
I guess we want to branch out. You know, we want to grow. We want this shelter to become the Cadillac of the adoption agencies.
And so here, our facilities are a lot more high-tech. We have vet techs here, in-house vet techs that are set up to take care of our cats as they're processed in.
Cat Depot is going to be building its own rescue team, and whether it be a national disaster from a weather situation, or whether it's a hoarding situation, or a nonprofit organization that has gone into bad times, we want to be there to help. We want to be able to save lives.
We would love Sarasota to be no-kill. That's our prime right now. We'd like them to go into Manatee. We'd love the whole state of Florida. We'd like the whole United States, as far as that goes, to be totally no-kill.
We are in the process of working with the city of Sarasota to build an education room on the back of our, new facility. We hope to have seminars and bring the children in and educate them about the care and the feeding and being a responsible pet owner.
We want to be able to have birthday parties for the kids in the future where the kids can come in.
And if we do get the upstairs built so that we have a larger area to contain groups, I think that it would be a fun place to have birthday parties for kids, and even do something like teach children to bottle feed a kitten. I mean, to me, that's very cool. If I was a kid, I'd be right in there doing it.
Cat Depot needs your support.
This is a grassroots effort. This is a community effort to help the animals in our community.
Well, of course, we have high hopes for it. It's been a long road.
We need volunteers. We need people to become members. We need donations, both in-kind and financial.
We're targeting everyone, okay?
One thing we could use would be volunteers that would be willing to learn the program and to socialize the cats.
We're enlisting teenagers from 16 to 18 years of age to help us with the socialization of fearful cats.
The volunteers are what really make this place. Without volunteers, we would be chickens running around with their heads cut off. They really help to stabilize a place. They do a lot of work here.
It's very important to my daughter and I that we come. She begs me to come. On Saturday, she's like, we're going to Cat Depot. If we have something else planned, she's like, well, why aren't we going this weekend?
Tell me what kinds of things you do here.
Well, I like do food and water and close the doors, and I sometimes help with the soft food, and my mom does a lot of stuff for the kitties. She medicates them, and I think that's very nice of her.
The senior citizens, they're retired, maybe they have some time on their hands, they're looking to, donate their energy and their experience, and we need them.
We have many different situations where cats need foster care. It may be that they're a kitten and too young to be here yet, and they need to be bottle fed or just raised as a small kitten until they're old enough to be adopted. Or it could be a cat that has an injured foot and needs special attention.
So if somebody's looking to teach their children at a young age how important it is to give back to their community, this is a way for them to do that.
I'm always excited when I come into the shelter and I see the volunteers and I see how passionate they are about helping our cats, and that just really fills my heart.
We really can't thank our volunteers enough. Without them, this would not be possible.
I guess I could say that for me, Cat Depot is a really emotional thing.
Clearly, as a nonprofit organization, we need that support of our community, and that's the community of animal lovers. It's not just Florida, but from everywhere.
Cat Depot is, in my mind, just a really special place. It's taken a long time to get where we are, but there are so many cats that need help.
anyone who cares about the quality of life of animals, there is not a better organization to support than Cat Depot.
Part of what I think is so special about Cat Depot, as we have in our logo, it's about the heart. It's about, you know, opening your heart.